All right, welcome back. I am going to read a book that was one of my kids' favorite books when they were little. They super loved it. They love Chicka Chicka Boom Boom that we read yesterday, but this is a different one, and I think you're gonna like it. Are you ready? This is the cover. Yes, do you know the title? Yes, Giraffes Can't Dance. Giraffes Can't Dance. So we've been talking about trying new things, right? So this book is going to talk about some new things that this giraffe is going to try. It's by Giles Andre and Guy Parker Reese. All right, Giraffes Can't Dance. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim, but his knees were awfully crooked and his legs were rather thin. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots off trees. But when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. He's kind of clumsy, I think. Now, every year in Africa, they hold the jungle dance, where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. It says jungle dance. And this year, when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad because when it came to dancing, he was really very bad. He is bad at dancing, and there's a big dance happening here. Everybody's coming to dance. The warthogs started waltzing, and the rhinos rock and rolled. The lions danced a tango that was elegant and bold. The chimps all did a cha-cha with a very Latin feel, and 8 baboons then teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. Look at those dancing animals. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked toward the floor, but the lions saw him coming and they soon began to roar. Hey, look at clumsy Gerald, all the animals sneered. Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool. Oh, Gerald, you're so weird. Oh, is that being very nice? How do you think Gerald feels? They're just not, they're laughing and they're saying that, oh, you can't dance, you silly guy. Oh, Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to the spot. They're right, he thought. I'm useless. Oh, I feel like such a clot. So he crept off the dance floor and started walking home. He'd never felt so sad before. So sad and so alone. Poor Gerald.
Those are me, guys.
Yeah, they made him feel right. Then he found a little clearing and he looked up at the sky. The moon can be so beautiful, he whispered with a sigh. Excuse me, coughed a cricket who'd seen Gerald earlier on. But sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song. Oh. Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To me, the sweetest music is those branches in the breeze. So imagine that the lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to. So he's listening to the nature all around him, and it's sounding like music to him. With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. Do you know what a violin is? Tape? Tape?
A violin is like have a stick and thing that you can rub against it and makes it go.
Yeah, it's an instrument, right? It makes music. Yep.
You should get one that's cool.
Violins are kind of complicated, and they're breakable. Okay, his hooves had started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying, and his tail was swishing round. What do you think he's gonna do?
Dance.
Fly or dance? The crickets played music on his violin. He threw his arms out sideways and he swung them everywhere. Then he did a backward somersault and leapt up in the air. Yes, it's on the cover. The same as on the cover.
Let's see. What if the turtle was doing that with beyond it?
Gerald felt so wonderful. His mouth was open wide. I am dancing. Yes, I'm dancing. I am dancing, Gerald cried.
I like his dance. I can see the owl and the lion.
Then, one by one, each animal who'd been at the dance arrived while Gerald boogied on and watched him, quite entranced. They shouted, "It's a miracle! We must be in a dream. Gerald's the best dancer that we've ever seen." Oh, that's just a bunch of pictures of him doing his dance moves. Yep, those are all him. How did you learn to dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us how. But Gerald simply twirled around and finished with a bow. Then he raised his head and looked up at the moon and stars above. "We all can dance," he said, "when we find music that we love." So can he dance after all? Yes, he just had to try, right? He had to find the right music and then he had to give it a try. And he could. So sometimes when we try new things, it turns out to be great, right? Yeah. All right, great listening, everybody. Let's quickly talk about our letter Y. Now, I told you before, Y is kind of tricky. Usually with our letters, we start with like a longer line, but for the letter Y, what do we start with? Do you remember? Not a long line down. Aubrey. A slanted line, a short one or a long one? We actually start with the short one. I know it's different, right? So we start with our short slanted line, and then we pick up our marker, and we go up to the other side, and then we do our what? Long slanted line, and they should touch each other. So short slanted line, long slanted line.
You have to make a
That's a different way. Sometimes you see a Y that looks like this. Sometimes it looks like a V and then a line coming down. But that's actually not the way we're gonna focus on the Y. We're gonna do this kind of Y. Okay? But you will see it like this sometimes too for the uppercase. Now for the lowercase, What do I do? What does it look like?
Same but smaller.
The same, but kind of lower and smaller. So short, oops, that's too long.
Just smaller.
Short slanted line and long slanted line. Letter Y. And what sound does the letter Y make, friends?
Yeah.
Like yell and yellow and yo-yo and yogurt. What? Yellow group. Yep. Yak, which is the type of animal. Yes. Very good. All right, friends. Good listening.